Is it on? All right, it's on. What's up? Baby, we live. We live tonight. Let me fix my bang. What's up, love, Nicole, Rose? I said y'all name like it was one name. Baby. What's up, Candy Love? Candy Girl! What's up, I am Press? I am Empress. I said I am Press. I tell you, I just be destroying y'all name. What's up, Marjan? Hey. What's up, Vita? Brittany? What's up, Diva? What's up, Ashley? Miss So Sylvia? Miss LaWanda? Kiara? Yes, Miss G for real? Miss Darkness? Miss Trinity? Christine? Miss Washington? Miss Courtney? What's up, Jordan and Brenda? Yes, sincerely? Yes. Yes. I know it's a school night. It's a work night, baby. What's up, A. Cooper, Miss Rhonda, Gigi? What's up, Miss Wild, Miss Youth? Yes, Poppy. You know I love it when y'all call me Poppy, baby. Yes. Miss Robinson, Miss Finesse, Miss Shade and Texture. Girl, we're gonna get started. I'm gonna wait for a few more people to get in here. And then we're gonna get into the mess. We getting into the mess tonight. We getting into the mess. And we're gonna speak truth. And we're gonna shame the devil. We gotta talk about Shanquilla. Girl, we're gonna talk about it. I was just in here earlier, looking at articles and looking at videos. Oh God. What's up, Mika 1991? J Darkness. Yes, I'm gonna talk about it. I was in here earlier. Like I said, I was reading some articles and looking at some videos. It's just a sad situation. Well, we gonna talk about it. Yeah, I got the hair wrap on tonight, baby. Girl, my hair look a mess. Girl, my hair look a mess underneath this hat. I mean, underneath this little wrap. That's why I got it on. Anytime y'all see me wearing them hats, sometimes it's just because I feel like I'm cute. Then the other nights, girl, it's real sad. But the other times, sometimes I'm thinking I'm cute, but sometimes, girl, my hair look a mess. That's all that's about. All right, y'all, let's get into it because we've been on here for almost 3 minutes. Who we talking about first? Let me see. Who on the list tonight? Who on the hit list? Let's see. All right. Who on the hit list? Who we go? We can start out. We can start out with Erica Mena. Hey, Erica Mena. All right. So basically, long story short, from what I understand, Erica Mena, her divorce was finalized, and her child support payments, I guess, are not what she thought they were going to be. I think she's only getting like a little bit over $4,000. Now I know y'all probably think y'all know what I'm gonna say, but I got something to say. Listen, listen, baby, Miss Erica, Miss Erica was jumping up for joy. When I tell you I saw the clip, when I tell you I was hollering because Miss Thing was jumping up for joy, and then when they broke that dollar, down. Girl, when I tell you Miss Thing was jumping up for joy, but when they told her how much she was getting for child support, man, Miss Thing, girl, almost had a heart attack. This is how I look at this situation. And y'all know when it comes to child support, I don't, my mind and how some of y'all mind work is completely different, which is completely fine. But Erica, no tea, no shade. And this is no shade to Safari. Girl, how much money did you think? How much? Girl, how much you thought you was about to get from Safari based off of his income and y'all living in Georgia? Like, maybe Safari got some money hidden underneath a mattress somewhere that we don't know about. But quiet as it's kept, I'm surprised you even got approved for that little 4,000. Because I was thinking you might get about 15. I was thinking about 15. Ew! Bitch, I was thinking about 1,500 was the max from Safari. So the simple fact that, bitch, you getting over 4,000, quad is kept, I think you doing good. Because I ain't even think Safari made that much to even for the judge to be like, oh, you gonna get 4,200 or however much it was. I really didn't think. So when she got, I'm like, girl, Erica Mena, girl, you acting like you just had a baby with Jeff Bezos. You see what I'm saying? You act like you just had a baby with Elon. You act like you just had a baby with Kanye. You act like you just had a baby with girl Mark Zuckerberg. You acting like you just really had a baby with a nigga who just got stacks on top of stacks on top of stacks. Girl, I'm not even trying to be funny. So I'm like, girl, Erica, girl, 4,000. That sounds about right based off of what, girl, it sounds more than all right based off of what I thought Safari probably brought in anyways. So Safari bringing in more money than I thought because, again, I thought she was going to probably get about 1,500. Girl, 1,200, 1,500. So I'm just like, girl, I didn't really know. Girl, I didn't really know what Erica Mena was thinking she was going to get from Safari. I don't think Safari is broke. But girl, I didn't think that Safari had money like that either. What I'm trying to, I really want to know. I really want to go into Erica Mena's inbox and ask her, girl, how much money did you think you was gonna get from Safari? Girl, who did you think you was having kids by? And what is Safari bringing in to the point where you thought you was gonna get more than that? What's up, A Nose 84? I don't know, child. Shout out to no, I think it's 4,000 per month. I mean, I think it's 4,000 total for both children. And y'all know any other day, I'm like, girl, y'all don't know these people lifestyles, but I don't know their lifestyle. But girl, again, when we base it off of income and probably where they live in Atlanta, Georgia, girl, 4,000 sound about right. I guess based off of what Safari do make, because I had in my head, girl, it was gonna be less than half of that. So shout out to Erica, girl. I don't know, child. I don't know, girl. I don't know, Erica, child. I don't know. All right, y'all. Who we talking about next? Oh, girl. I'm gonna go ahead and get I'm gonna go ahead and get Chris Bassett. Okay, because girl, quiet as it's kept, girl. My mama only getting when I was on child support. When my daddy was on child support, I think I was getting 125 a month. I know it wasn't no more than 150. 125, 115. And I think at one point it even dropped. I think it went from no shade. I think it went from like 125 to 115. It was some crazy shit. I don't know. I was just like, okay, girl, whatever, child. Let's go ahead and talk about Chris. Okay. All right. I really don't have a lot to say about Chris and Giselle because I think I've said most of what I needed to say as it pertains to that in my reviews. But I know that everybody does not watch all of my videos. I know everybody doesn't watch my reviews, so this may be new information for some people. For those, but for those who watch my reviews, this is like old information. All right, so basically, Chris Bassett speaks on Giselle Bryant's accusations against him this season. If she did that for a storyline, that's really sad. and I feel sorry for her. If that's the best you have to offer, maybe this isn't your platform. I said, girl, when did Chris become HR? Okay. I guess the same time when we thought we became HR, because every season we firing people, hiring people, girl, bringing people back, huh? All right, so this is what Chris had to say. A part of what he had to say.
So we get to your room and there's no glam in there. There's nobody in there.
Oh, let me start it over.
So we get to your room and there's no glam in there. There's nobody in there. You are an adult. And a very vocal one at that. You have no problem holding back how you feel. So when you open the door and there's nobody in there, and you know that you have this feeling, this thing that you don't like, why didn't you say in that very moment, the second you open the door, oh, there's nobody in here. Hey, you know what? There's nobody here. I really feel comfortable talking about this. Can we do this another time? I mean, you asked me to leave to go check and see if they were in. I left immediately then. So I don't know why. Why didn't you just say no right then? That's where I'm hung up on. Like, this is an issue that you have, a feeling that you have, that I don't know about. Much like I have never told you I'm very uncomfortable with you talking about my penis every season. But you do it. But I've never said anything. So I can't be mad at it because I've never said anything. I'm not going to ask her for an apology. But I've never said anything. Never said anything. But again, if you really felt that way, like you said something to Robin that night, that's what you said. So why didn't you call Candace the next day, the next week, 2 weeks later, a month later? Why did you wait 5 months until there was a camera roll to say that? Why?
Y'all know why.
You know, everybody talks.
Y'all know why.
But whatever.
They know why.
I see a lot. She needed a storyline. Yeah. If she did that for a storyline, that's really sad. And I feel sorry for her. Like, if that's the best you have to offer, maybe this isn't your platform. I don't know. Clearly, I thought I knew somebody that I was friendly with, that we were friends. But clearly, what I thought was not Giselle made your penis a friend of. Jesus Christ.
Of course, Giselle did it because, I mean, one, this is my thing. Me personally, I don't really necessarily care about storylines. If you have one, that's great. If you don't, that's fine. If you don't have a storyline, then I feel like at that point you may have to be the messy bitch on camera. You see what I'm saying? Because you don't really have anything else going on. So I would expect Giselle, because when you really break it down, at least everybody came into this season with a storyline. You know, Mia had her, what was Mia going through? Oh, Mia had her, girl, I forgot about that lie. Mia had her little cancer scare. You know, Candace had her, fertility journey. Even Karen came up with some shit about having eye candy. You see what I'm saying? We have Robin with her prenup, situation, getting married. Who else? Wendy, working too hard, trying to open up the restaurant with Peter. Like, everybody came into this season with a personal storyline, except for who? Giselle really was the only one that came into this season without a personal storyline. Again, which it really doesn't bother me as long as you're entertaining on camera. So Giselle goes into this direction of, okay, let me start some mess. But girl, the mess you kicking up is very, very dangerous. And it's going down a road that, girl, we shouldn't even be going down, because the shit that you saying, Miss Bryant, it's not adding up to most people. Let me read this super chat. Hold up. Every season since Monique ruined her relationship with Sherman, Giselle has been doing this to people's marriage. Huh. She has. But I have been saying this forever. A lot of us have been saying this. Candace put herself in a situation with Giselle. She thought Giselle was her friend. How long have we been telling Candace, girl, why are you being so nice to her? Girl, because Giselle don't give a damn. And now she had to find out this season through basically them going through her husband to get to her that Giselle ain't your friend, girl. Ashley is not your friend. I know I've been saying in my reviews season after season, why is she not dragging Giselle? Why is she not dragging Giselle? Why is she letting Giselle off the hook? I could not understand. Now she learned the hard way. Girl, you like, and it's sad in a way because just based off of how emotional Candace got with Giselle, I really think that in Candace's head, this is what I think happened with Candace and her trusting in Giselle. I felt like they get to a point where they understand that people have a job to do on the show, right? So I think that Candace was probably thinking, okay, the heifer, she got a job to do on the show, so she's just gonna come after so-and-so. But because Candace thought that she was actually Giselle's friend, that she thought that it was a line that Giselle would not cross. And Giselle crossed that line. So now Candace is over here crying in front of Giselle, basically like, girl, my husband been nice to you, we've been nice to you. How could you pull this stunt in this show for this show? That's what happened. And like I always call Chris Mr. Congeniality, girl. He been running around here trying to play Mr. Nice Guy, stopping his wife from dragging these heifers season after season, trying to cover her mouth up, trying to yank her from a table, sitting on top of her. When this whole time I have been saying, you need to let Candace go to work. Okay? And whatever come out of her mouth to these heifers is what come out of her mouth. Now, Candace and Chris both sitting over there in Potomac, girl, pissed because they thought this heifer was their friend. Chris been trying to be nice the whole goddamn time. And y'all know I've been saying in my goddamn reviews for the longest. He need to stop. He need to let Candace cuss these bitches out. And Candace, you need to cuss their asses out. I feel like they learned their lesson now. They learned their lesson now. It's a mess. Chris thought he knew better than Candace. That's exactly what it was. I think Chris really thought that Chris was you know what Chris was going by, you know what how Chris was living his life? Chris was living his life, I'm going to treat people how I want them to treat me. Instead of, I'm going to treat you how you treat me. That was the problem this whole time. Chris was treating them the way that he would want to be treated, instead of treating them the way that they treating your wife. Okay? That's how he should have been operating this whole time. I'm going to treat you how you treat my wife. Not I'm going to treat you how I want to be treated. That's what they fucked up at. But I think that this is probably like the first time that people have come to a consensus that, girl, Giselle is full of shit and that she's a bona fide liar. Because nothing what Giselle has said this season thus far makes sense. He wasn't inappropriate. He didn't say anything inappropriate. You don't even really remember the conversation. But girl, he made you feel uncomfortable. Girl, no, it wasn't necessarily Chris. It was just the situation. It was just the optics. It was just any married man would have made you feel uncomfortable. So is that really Chris's fault, I guess? I guess he probably should have known better to go into the room with Giselle. It is what it is. We're going to get into some more of the mess. I'm not done. Monique, Baby, let me say something. I don't want to get started because I said I was probably going to go live again, but I'm going to tap on it right now. I have been seeing on Twitter people saying that Monique is owed an apology. I have been seeing on Twitter people are saying that Monique deserves an apology or is owed an apology. And I have been trying to figure out, since I've been saying this shit, girl, I swear to God, I've been trying to figure out, since I've been seeing this shit online, why does Monique deserve an apology? I'm not even saying this. I know some of y'all gonna think that, oh, you just saying that because you like Candace. No, I'm being so serious. Why does Monique deserve an apology from whom? I'm really trying to figure it out because I was really confused, and I'm like, okay, well maybe, and believe it or not, I try to step outside of myself to try to see where other people are coming from. Who, who, who? If anything, Monique should apologize to Candace. If anything, Monique should be sending Candace a DM, an email, apologizing to her. Because quiet as it's kept, as much as people may not want to admit it, Monique was okay with whatever Giselle stunt and show her and Robin were trying to pull or gonna pull until she realized that she was the target. Monique fucked up because she thought Giselle was her friend. Okay, here go Candace. Monique thought that Giselle was her friend. And even with that whole, now we're going back in season 5, but we're just gonna go ahead and talk about it. Even with season 5 and the mess that happened in season 5, the part that a lot of people that were Team Monique in that situation failed to realize was that tea that Monique claimed she was upset about was 2 years old. And even within those 2 years, she knew the information. She still decided to be friends with Giselle. She still decided to be friends with Giselle, even though she had been knowing this information for 2 years. Monique even said that they should ice out Candace. Y'all don't remember at Ashley's Sip and See when she was showing off that baby? When Monique, I think she high-fived. See, now I gotta talk real slow because the kids be acting like I don't know what the fuck I be talking about. Hold up. Let me read the super chat. The same people who think Monique is owed an apology are the same people who believe Portia got played by Phaedra. Okay? Thank you, Addie. I gotta talk real slow. Monique was the one who said that they should ice out Candace. And she high-fived, I think she high-fived Robin. So at that point, Candace was the target for season 5. Now, mind you, we still have this information that we know that Giselle either took the information from Gigi and tried to bring it onto the show, but Giselle's name was somewhere caught in the mess with, I guess, trying to bring the paternity of Monique's son onto the show. Now, mind you, this is 2 years old. Monique knows this information, and she still is skinning and grinning in this lady's face. It wasn't until the fight happened that Giselle figured out at that point, this is my chance to get this heifer off the show. So then Giselle flipped on Monique and Robin. Giselle and Robin flipped on Monique. Come on, y'all. Am I telling the story wrong? Am I telling the story wrong? Am I telling the story wrong? Giselle and Robin flipped on Monique, and then Monique became the target. And then the heat was off of Candace. Giselle ain't never liked Monique, especially when she played that stunt with the ex-wife and Sherman. Giselle had it out for Monique ever since then. Speak up, baby, like that's what's like, girl, y'all, baby. A bitch getting old, but a bitch got memory. Come on, bitch, come on, memory. A bitch got memory, okay? So then, Giselle and Robin pulled the okie doke. Thank you, feel good. They pulled the okie doke and flipped on Monique. Right? So now Giselle is acting like the scared white woman. Oh my God, I need security. I need security. Security! What's up, Carlos? Giselle started acting like a scared white woman and was like, I need security. I don't trust her. I want snow. What she told her? I want no part of you. I don't want to be around you. Whatever she said. And so at that point, the target was Monique. Monique then gets to the reunion. Hold on, I'm skipping some parts. Then Monique had her podcast. What's up, always, Amara? I said, you got your new car, girl. I said, ooh. I said, come on, car. All right, let me get back to stuff. So then, Monique gets to her podcast, and I think she told Ashley, it feels like I'm being iced out. Did she not say that? Did she not say that? Did she not say that? Did she not tell Ashley at her podcast? Down to the podcast? I feel like I'm being iced out. She told Ashley that she felt like she was being iced out. She said it. So, fast forward to the reunion. Girl, I watched it once. And you know what's so crazy? No, I'm sorry, some of the episodes I watched multiple times. Because that was a season where I felt like y'all were fucking with my mind. So that season I was watching episodes more than once. But I haven't watched season 5 since season 5 went off. I'm not one of those people that go back and watch like old episodes of Real Housewives. Once the season is over, the season is over for me. I still probably bring it up, but I don't really go back and watch. So fast forward to the reunion. Monique has a binder. She says she has tabs on everybody, including herself. But the only tab that she read from was who? Who was the only tab that she read from? Now, mind you, Monique said she had a tab on everybody. Am I lying? Who was our only person? Who was our only person that got their tab flipped? Gizelle. Come on, Gizelle. Jizzy. Which leads me to believe that the issue has always been with Jizzy. Because if you actually had a problem with Candace, your ass would have been at the goddamn reunion flipping and turning pages on Candace too. So I'm trying to understand how in the fuck does Monique deserve an apology when she set herself up in that situation? Monique was dead ass wrong for that fight. She was dead ass wrong. When you go and look at when you actually pay attention to the story, Monique was dead ass wrong for how she handled Candace. And I'm gonna stand on that. Dead ass wrong. Your issue has been with Giselle this entire time, but you end up whooping the person who you called your little sister. Giselle was the one that was showing Ashley. Wasn't she showing Ashley text messages from Candace? Wasn't she when she was pregnant? I can't remember. Correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't Monique showing text messages from Candace? I'm going to leave it alone. Let's move on. Monique was wrong, and y'all know she was wrong. Y'all don't really want to go back and really dissect that season. I wish I had the money and the time, because I would. We could go back and watch that whole season 5 play out from beginning to end. And I can guarantee you I'm going to be 100% right. And even at the end of the season, even at the end of season 5, do y'all remember when Giselle went to Monique's house and Chris made a comment about the baby looking just like him? Which also lets me know, girl, you really didn't have no issue. Just Monique used that as a scapegoat to try to gain sympathy for beating up her friend. That's exactly what that was about. Giselle, Monique was trying to figure out a way to try and turn the tables so she would look right in the situation of her fighting her little sister on TV. I'm right. Some shit I might be wrong about, but this shit, bitch, I'm right. And girl, I'm gonna say that to the day I die. Bitch. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. All right. Then we're moving on. Let's move on. All right. We're moving on, y'all. We're moving on. We're moving on. We're moving on. Monique Samuels, if you ever see this girl, gorgeous woman, seems like a great mama, but the way you handled Candace, you was dead ass wrong. And you need to apologize to that girl. You need to apologize. You need to apologize. Because you was dead ass wrong. Because who you should have been whooping up on was just Because who asked you should have been stomping was Giselle. Bryant. That's who asked you should have been stomping. But see, you thought you had a friend. You thought you had a friend in Giselle and Robin. And they turned on your ass. They turned on your ass. All right, y'all. All right, let's move on, child. Y'all say what I had to say, child. All right. Let's move on. All right. So, Danaya Jackson. Is that her name? Y'all know Derek Jackson, his wife? Remember the one who cheated on his wife and girl? They got down there to the Instagram, I think. Instagram, YouTube, somewhere, girl. And girl, she was sitting there with her bonnet on and girl, her shirt. Girl. This is what she had to say. Girl, I want y'all to listen to what this lady.
Battery 70%. Connector to Rodney's iPad.
I want I want y'all to listen to what this lady had to say about the people coming for her marriage. You hear me? Here we go, y'all. I'm about to play the clip right now.
Every person speaking against the names Danaya Jackson and Darby Jackson in mockery, accusations, slanders, and lies, may the mercies of God be withdrawn from you. May your husbands and wives become widows. Let your children become fatherless. Let your seed become vagabonds on the earth. Let the words of your mouth and your words of your hands be returned back to you. Let it go down your throat and choke you slowly until your days become few on the earth. The word of God says, touch not my anointed and do my prophets no harm. You've been warned. And if you want to know where that is at in the Bible, go to Psalm 109. Go to Psalm 35, go to Psalm 140, go to Psalm 141, and keep our names out of your mouth in the name of Jesus.
Bitch.
Have a blessed day.
Bitch. What she said in the name of Jesus. Woo! Girl! What part of the Bible says that you shouldn't cheat on your wife? What part of the Bible says you should get down here and say this type of shit? Baby, I'm trying to figure out Danaya. Why you want the people to be fatherless? Girl, how you mad? How you mad at the people because your husband got community dick? How you down to the Instagram cursing the people because your husband embarrassed you and your household? How you mad at us? Because we didn't do it. Your husband did it. And I'm sure somewhere in that thick ass Bible, it's something about husbands cheating on their wives. I'm sure. I'm sure, girl. Now, I'm not going to lie. I was hollering at what she was saying. I was like, girl, let's listen to this again.
Every person speaking against the names Danaya Jackson and Darby Jackson in mockery, accusations, slanders, and lies, may the mercies of God be withdrawn from you. May your husbands and wives become widows. Let your children become fatherless. Let your seed become vagabonds on the earth. Let the words of your mouth and your words of your hands be returned back to you. Let it go down your throat and choke you slowly until your days become few on the earth. The word of God says, touch not my anointed and do my prophets no harm. You've been warned. And if you want to know where that is at in the Bible, go to Psalm 109. Go to Psalm 35, go to Psalm 140, go to Psalm 141, and keep our names out of your mouth in the name of Jesus. Have a blessed day.
Them Christians, girl. That's some Christians. Them y'all. This y'all sister in Christ. This is y'all sister in Christ. This is y'all sister in Christ. And girl, then she ended it with a smile. Cause she said she's I want y'all dusty ass hoes to choke slowly. So I want to ask Miss Danaya this: when your husband cheated on you and embarrassed you for the world to see, girl, what type of curse did you put on him? Did you put a curse on a man that embarrassed you? All right, I'm sure you probably didn't, cause your ass is still over there. Anyways, let's move on, girl. Shout out to Danaya. All right, here we go. What time is it? Okay, girl, we got a little more time. Here we go. Here we go. Ashley Darby. Here we go. Ashley Darby, y'all. So Ashley Darby came out the other day and she felt like this was going too far. So she wanted to make a little video to let us know that she's not a colorist. Now I'm going to play what she had to say and then we're going to get into it, okay? So this is what Ashley Darby has to say, or had to say.
So I really hate that I have to say anything about this and that I have to address this, but it seems to have just gotten like way out of control. First and foremost, I am not a colorist. I know everyone wants to deem me that. They want to make all these accusations about me because of my own skin tone, but I don't claim that because that's not me. I feel like people forget that I have had issues or disagreements with every single woman on the show for whatever reason, for whatever thing that we disagreed upon at some point in time, irrespective of the hue of her skin. So I always start at 100 with people until you give me a reason to take it down, all right? That is all that has transpired. And I still care about the women on this show. And I hope that everyone, including them, knows that nothing that I will ever feel about you is because of your color of your skin.
Okay. So before we get started, I feel like Ashley saw my video. That's what I feel like in my spirit. I feel like Ashley saw my video. But I don't know. I don't even know if Ashley knows I exist. But I feel like she ran across my video the other day. So let me start off by saying this. No one is going to admit to being a colorist. No one. Like a racist is not going to admit to being a racist. They will do and say everything, but they won't admit that they're a racist. They will call themselves white nationalist. They will call themselves a white supremacist, but they won't call themselves a racist. Someone who's a homophobe is not going to say that they're a homophobic. I ain't got no fear of gay people. That's what they're going to say. Even though they know they're homophobic, they're not going to say it. Anyone who's a transphobe is not going to admit that they're transphobic. So, of course, Ashley, you're not going to get online and say, yeah, I'm a colorist. It's not going to happen. Because, again, no one admits to being those things. It just doesn't work that way. Now, Ashley has gotten into it with everybody on the show. She's absolutely correct. But in you getting to it with everybody on the show, how do you respond in conflict with everybody on the show? And I use this as an example, and I'll use it again. When you got into conflict with, say, Dr. Wendy, who was at the end of a table on the opposite side, and you were at the end of the table on the opposite side, you referred to her in a verbal argument as being ferocious. But Robin, who comes to your business that you own and puts her finger in your face like that, I don't recall you calling her ferocious. So it's things like that that you do when people question, again, how are you in conflict with everybody? I want to read what I posted online. Some of this I already said. Well, I want to read what somebody else posted online. Someone wrote this online. I don't want to say the name, but this is what someone wrote online. There is absolutely no doubt that colorism exists on the show. The goalpost is constantly moved to accommodate certain cast members, i.e. Robin's outburst, Mia's fighting, etc. Instead of coming online to tell the internet you're not a colorist, it may be more beneficial to oneself and those around to do the more introspective work. Most black people have internalized colorism. Most black people have internalized colorism. And I think it's less important to hear Ashley try to defend herself than it is to elevate Candace and Wendy's voices. This is what's something that I wrote. Part of the problem is Ashley and company refusing to acknowledge that colorism exists. Ashley just admitted that she has gotten into it with everyone on the show, but people want Candace fired for saying yo mama. And say she has a worse mouth, but compared to whom? Label Dr. Wendy as aggressive, even though Robin is actually the most aggressive one. When the conversation comes up to the lighter skinned castmates, act like colorism isn't happening. Colorism exists every day and everywhere, including Real Housewives of Potomac. And with Ashley and her lighter skinned castmates refusing to acknowledge it, they become just as guilty. That's what I wrote. The viewers. People. There was literally a petition started to have Candace terminated from Real Housewives of Potomac because they say that her mouth is vicious and vile and disrespectful. Now, mind you, this woman is a part of a show where we go up for the girls reading and shading and tongue tussling and girl attacking girl people's fertility journey, i.e. Phaedra Parks. We go up for the reads and the shades, right? However, Candace goes too far. Karen can literally say to Giselle that you are a hoe from Hampton University, you have a fiery box, something about Sing Sing. Get to the reunion and admit that she knew that it was not the truth and she still said it anyways. Y'all don't remember Karen saying that? That she knew it wasn't the truth, but you still said it anyways about your good friend? The problem is when Candace and Wendy do something, y'all take it to the extreme of what should happen to them. But Ashley, who can literally go down the line and get into it with everybody, attack Ray's penis, girl, attack Katie's mental health, it's not one petition online for Ashley to be fired. Giselle Bryant, who came into this season telling a bold-faced lie, y'all say Giselle just doing her job. Robin, who is the most aggressive one on the goddamn show, has had to have people literally step in and remove her from people. I have seen people online say that the way that Wendy was handling Giselle and Robin, that's just as aggressive. Bitch, you're not gonna get me to believe that somebody cussing somebody the fuck out is the same as having to stop somebody from getting into somebody's face. And you try to put that on the same goddamn playing field. Girl, stop. No, Wendy cussed Giselle ass out last year. That's what that was about. And she tapped on Robin a little bit. That's what that was about. Robin has actually gotten into people's faces and has had to be held back. She did it with Monique. She just tried to do it the other day with Wendy when Sharice had to hold her back. So all I'm saying is it would be one thing if people actually held all the women to the same standard, but y'all don't. And so then when we start to look at the picture, it's like, well, shit, why are y'all just treating these women differently from these women? Can we just be for real for like 5 minutes, y'all? Okay? If this was a group of women and two of the women were black and the rest were white, and this treatment was going on, why are we playing this game, y'all? Because if it was Garcelle and Sheree, who are housewives in Beverly Hills, and this exact same treatment was going on, baby, antennas would be going up. We would be, bitch, hold up, what's going on? What's going on? It won't be none of that bullshit about, well, maybe they just don't like each other. Maybe they just don't get along. It won't be none of that, oh, Lisa just don't get along with Garcelle. They just don't get along with Sheree. Bitch, we will be online typing dissertations, tagging Andy. What the fuck is going on? Screaming racism to the top of our lungs. So I'm not exactly sure why when we have the situation where we have this group of lighter skinned women and these two dark skinned women who are treated completely different from this group of women, everybody want to start the whole, oh, well, maybe they just don't like each other. Maybe they just don't get along. Maybe they just don't vibe. If a white woman says some shit like that about a black woman, we will be off with that bitch head. Because you lying. Yes, it is true. Sometimes you just don't like a bitch, okay? It ain't got nothing to do with her being dark skinned or light skinned, gay, trans, girl, lesbian, bi, number. Sometimes you just don't like somebody. It ain't got shit to do with nothing, but I just can't stand that bitch. Yes, that is very well true. But in this situation, we're going to have to start calling a thing, y'all. It is very well clear that Candace and Wendy are treated completely different than these group of women over here. It's not no ifs, ands, buts about it. Even to the point where y'all try and say that these women, can I just call a thing? I ain't trying to read nobody or nothing. When y'all start saying shit that Candace is jealous of Ashley, the truth of the matter is, if you want to say the two most successful ones in the group happen to be Dr. Wendy and Candace, let's just call a thing. I just think it's crazy that, girl, when I see people online talking about how they're jealous of them. Girl, what? The two most successful people in the goddamn friend group happen to be the dark-skinned ones, but they jealous of the lighter-skinned ones. You have people saying that Candace is jealous of Ashley. When, no tea, no shade, Ashley's mama was living in a motherfucking tent. Ashley's daddy slammed the door in her goddamn face. I don't even think he opened that motherfucker up. Now, Candace's relationship with her mama is toxic. But bitch, how many people you done seen get on TV and drop 150,000 stacks for her daughter's wedding? Then her daddy hand over what, 50,000. But this black girl is jealous of Ashley. Girl, where? You have Ashley, who was over there, girl, trying to scrape and scrap for a goddamn house. Being tossed around. Being tossed around. But Candace is jealous of Ashley. You had Karen sit here and say that girl, Dr. Wendy, she's not impressed. You talking about the woman who has a husband, 3 kids, is a political commentator, is a professor at Johns Hopkins, girl, got 4 degrees. I'm not impressed. Girl, because you're pressed. Because ain't nobody going around here saying that the lady who got 3 kids, a husband, a political commentator, girl, a professor at Johns Hopkins, girl, got 4 fucking degrees, is a goddamn doctor talking about they not impressed. You're what? Girl, huh? The treatment is not the same, y'all. The treatment is not the same. 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 The response from the viewers is not the same. And then when you ask these women, or when it comes up in conversation, they try and act like, oh no, colorism doesn't happen. So now you're lying because y'all asses stay on Twitter. Y'all stay on Twitter. Y'all know what the fuck is being said on Twitter. And instead of you saying, oh, I can see there is an issue because I can literally go down the cast, Ashley, and get into it with everybody. And the reaction to me getting into it with everybody, attacking Ray's penis, attacking Katie's mental health is not the same response that Candace receives or Wendy receives. Giselle can get on here and lie about being put in a situation that was deemed inappropriate, girl, and not one petition has been started for Giselle to lose her employment. Not one petition has been started for Robin to lose her employment, and she's the most aggressive one on the motherfucking show. Not one petition has been started for Karen to lose her employment for all the goddamn lies she be doing. Not one person has told Giselle she should have reached across the table and slapped the dog fuck out of Karen or dragged Karen. Candace say one thing and y'all calling for Monique to come in and whoop her ass. One thing about it, 2 things for sure, I'm not going to let y'all play in my face. I'm not letting nobody play in my face no more. It's colorism on the show. It's happening. It's happening. And that's all I can really say. Again, if this was a group of white women and you had 2 black women on the cast and these same exact things were happening, we would be on the goddamn line screaming racism and it ain't right and these black women are being mistreated. But all of a sudden, girl, when it comes to us, now we don't know what the fuck colorism is happening or not. I want to show y'all how much colorism happens and people don't even realize it. I want to play a clip. This ain't got nothing to do with Real Housewives of Potomac. I want to play a clip. So YG was at Nipsey Hussle's funeral. And this is part of what he had to say when he got on stage. I just want y'all to hear what this man said while he was up trying to show love to Nipsey Hussle at his funeral. I just want y'all to hear. This is how often the shit happens and people don't even fucking realize it. And y'all have the nerve to sit here and say that colorism don't exist? Or it don't exist on Real Housewives of Potomac? Let me play this shit again for the people who didn't hear it the first time.
Brother to me, like every
Colorism
time
happens
I'm with
everywhere.
MC, we not talking about.
Colorism exists. We've probably all had some type of internalized colorism running through our blood. You can't deny it. We've all been trained that way to think anything close to white is right. From music videos on up, you see Nick Cannon, he had to throw a dark-skinned girl in the bunch so people would stop calling him. You see Nick Cannon had to throw a dark-skinned girl in his baby mama bunch so people will stop calling him a colorist because quiet as it's kept. We can see but then, you know, there's another thing too, not to get off subject. Whenever there's like dating, that stuff involved, girl, the people say you can't get mad at their preference. At that point, it becomes a preference. Even with your preference, it could still be deemed as colorist. I just want people to realize that. Even as your preference, girl, okay. Let me finish playing. This man is at someone's funeral giving a speech. And he's talking about raising his light-skinned pretty girls. But y'all have the nerve to sit here and act like colorism don't exist, period. Or colorism don't exist at Real Housewives of Potomac. Girl, bye. Girl, bye. Girl, bye. It happens everywhere. It happens. We probably all of us have probably had some types of thoughts of colorism before, right? And probably don't even know it. Sometimes it happens unconsciously. But the thing is when people start to call, excuse me, when people start, girl, that's the doc. Bitch, that was the doc, girl, that was Miss Jackson, girl. I'm gone, girl, that was Miss Danaya Jackson, the one who said she was gonna choke her enemies, girl. Bitch. Oh, girl, Danaya got that spirit coming over me, girl. Bitch, I almost choked to death fucking around with Danaya. She said it. That helper said she was gonna send the spirit to choke her enemies, girl. Whoever got anything to say, anybody who got something to say, girl, choke them, bitch. Oh, child. Oh, girl, it's happening, girl. It's happening. It's happening, child. Oh, what else? I had wrote down a couple of notes. Even like with Mia, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. Next week, you know, and then see, this is the thing, right? Let me also say this. I don't want to. I think in this situation, the thing that frustrates me the most is when people try and act like it's not happening when it's clear as day. Girl, I'm not asking for any of the girls to be fired, but I am asking for you to look outside of yourself and realize that, girl, it's happening, and then you use your platform to speak out against it. I think that they think that if I say that it's happening, then all of a sudden that makes me guilty. It makes you guilty because you don't want to acknowledge it. It makes you guilty because you act like it's not happening. Thank you, Shauna Nicole. Giselle season 6 tagline, okay? Mia, even next week, sometimes people don't see value in darker skinned folk. What's up, Legs? Hey, fam, RHOP is one episode from the paperback. Baby, RHOP is one episode from the paper bag test. And then when you take into account that what's her name? Karen allegedly said that Dr. Wendy didn't fit in with the aesthetic of the show. So this is my thing about what's about to happen next week, and I feel like this is going to be all over Twitter, all over Instagram, is Mia. Oh, that's another thing I wanted to say too. Hey, I'm not girl. I get frustrated with the girls, but hell, even I don't think I've ever gotten down here and said that any of the girls should be fired. Not that I can remember. I just want y'all to do better. That's it. That's all I want. I just want y'all to do better. That's all I want. I'm not asking, I'm not starting no petitions. I'm not signing no petitions. I'm not asking for Giselle to be fired. Well, maybe after, girl, I don't know about this. Giselle, you doing a lot, girl. I'm not asking for Ashley to be fired or Mia to be fired. Y'all know I was one of the main ones saying I thought that Mia should come back after last season. I just want y'all to do better. That's it. That's it. That's all I want y'all to do. Just do better. Yeah. So this is my thing with Mia. I want to know what's going to happen in next week's episode to the point where Mia got so pissed off that she felt the need to try and physically attack Dr. Wendy. Because so far, from episodes 1 through 5, I haven't seen anything that has transpired between Wendy and Mia to the point where I would think that they would be fighting in episode 6. That's another thing. It's like almost, girl, you probably see no value in Dr. And Mia, let me shut up. Oh, I almost said the wrong thing. Oh. Giselle can get in your face and greet you with, hi, is this what no cancer looks like? Girl, you give her a hug the next episode. Robin, girl, greets you with 101 questions. You go out to lunch with her and she continues with, girl, 50 more questions. You don't have none of this smoker energy for Giselle and Robin, the ones who actually low-key disrespected you to your face. Because the other girls, they had some tact. They called you a fucking liar behind your back. Because most listen, because most people don't not most, nobody tells somebody to their face that they're lying about cancer. If anything, we just say that bitch is lying behind her back, right? So you would think that somebody telling you that you're pretty much a liar to your face about cancer, that will send you over the edge. I'm just waiting to see next week's episode because I really want to see what happens between Mia and Wendy that will drive Mia to the point of where she needs to physically attack Dr. Wendy. I can't wait to see it. And I can't wait to hear people try to explain away the situation. Even with the wine glass. We all saw that shit on Twitter. Candace was trending over some shit that she didn't even do. Candace wasn't even in the goddamn state of Florida. Nonetheless, the goddamn city of Miami when the whole goddamn wine thing happened. As soon as people found out that it was actually Mia who threw a drink on Wendy, bitch, it was silence on Twitter. Before that, not y'all. Some people were online. This is why Candace got her ass beat. This is why we need Monique back on the show. She always throwing something on somebody. Girl, Candace wasn't even there. I don't know if she come to Miami. Oh, I think she do come to Miami. She does. I think she does come to Miami. Because remember we saw a clip of her saying something about Giselle. They want to know if you fucking with Peter. Not y'all. Because people get mad, y'all. That's all I got to say. I'm done. It is what it is. It's colorism on RHOP. The people don't want to accept it. Black people swear up and down that, we can't be colorist. We know what racism is, but we don't know what colorism is. This man just got up at this man's funeral talking about light-skinned daughters. What the fuck did that got to do with Nipsey Hussle? What the fuck? You getting up at a funeral talking about we gotta protect our light-skinned daughters. Girl, what? You can't even get up and give a tribute to this man without mentioning goddamn light-skinned daughters and shit. Y'all know this shit is real. Y'all know this shit is real. It's the reason why you barely see, girl, you see light-skinned women all the time. And let me say something. I want to say this too. I don't want, and this is one of the reasons why I do get uncomfortable when we have these conversations, is because I don't want lighter skinned women to feel, especially on my channel, I don't want you to feel as though it's an attack against you. Because it's not an attack against you. It's just that I hope that you realize that, I mean, I guess fortunately for you, I don't know how you want to word it, that with your skin being the color that it is, that it does come with a certain privilege. And it does come with certain things that like it just doesn't happen for darker skinned women. Darker skinned people. So it's like I don't want anyone to think that girl, it's just like, oh girl, he, trying to nail me to the cross. No, that's not what it's about. But girl, we're gonna have to just be honest about we just have to be honest about the situation at hand. Hey, Black Hippie. So it's just like it is what it. Like I said, girl, Nick Cannon, girl, no tea, no shade. Nick Cannon had to throw a dark skinned girl in his baby mama situation because people was calling him a colorist. Because the truth of the matter is, I'm not saying that anybody should want to be a baby mama of Nick Cannon. And girl, you should try to line up to be the first dark skinned baby mama of Nick Cannon. But it doesn't take a rocket, girl. You could literally see when you look at Nick Cannon's list of baby mamas. Girl, what's the requirement? You see what I'm saying? And then when we mention that, it's like people start to hold, well, that's his preference. Yeah, that's his preference. But what is his preference rooted in? All right, who is this Willow? Mia is Monique 2.0. She's playing the same game, trying to fit in with Giselle. Mia sees Wendy as disposable, just as Monique saw Candace as disposable. Yep. Thank you, Willow. Listen, I'm about to play a clip. We about to get into Dwayne Dawkins. Pastor Dwayne. Listen, y'all. Girl, I'm gonna need some super chats. Because I'm about to play some shit, and I don't know if Tyler Perry gonna try and snap this. I gotta give a whole introduction to this whole Pastor Dwayne Dawkins situation. If I play this clip and Tyler take my shit down, I'm gonna be pissed off. Okay? All right, y'all. We about to talk about Pastor Dwayne Dawkins, okay? We moving on. I'm done with Ashley. Ashley, girl, I want you to do better, and I want your castmates to do better too. Call it for what it is. Do something about it. Fix it. Okay? Dwayne Dawkins, he cheated on his wife with a man. He made a video with a man, basically. All right, listen to this. This is the introduction to the video. Oh, girl. It's kind of low, so you got to listen.
Have you been sleeping with? Joe, I promise you, since you and I have been together, I've not slept with another woman. I promise you that. What about man? What the fuck did you just ask me?
You heard her.
I see the way you look at them when you think I'm not paying attention. I see it. The pool boy in the Hamptons, my driver, the guy the other night at the opera. I see it all, Carl.
You have no idea how much I hate coming up into this motherfucking house sometimes. Every day, Joanna, if it ain't you, telling me what to wear, how to look, calling the shots over my head.
Are you gay?
Are you gay?
How you gonna ask me a question like that?
He's scared.
How do you marry a woman and then turn around and let a man bend you over?
Ain't nobody bending me over.
So you're doing the bending. Is that what it is?
That's exactly what it is, Janet. That was a little introduction, bitch. If Tyler come and snatch my video down and take my channel away for playing his shit, okay? So basically, long story short, there was a pastor. His name was Dwayne Dawkins. He, again, is a pastor. I don't know if he still is a pastor, but he was a pastor. He has a wife, or had a wife, and he has 3 kids. He was cheating on his wife with men. He recorded a video with some guy from OnlyFans. He did not think the guy was going to upload the video. The guy, I guess, uploaded the video, and the rest is history. Now, I have a lot to say. I'm going to play the clip of him basically talking about, this is the aftermath, basically. So this is a part of the pastor talking about the situation, okay?
I connected with an individual. It's what they call a sneaky link.
All right.
Yeah. And
I'm going to tell you how trifling y'all niggas are. Niggas and bitches. I connected with an individual. It's what they call a sneaky link. And then you hear a nigga in the back talking about, all right. What is you all writing that for? What? What is you all writing that for, girl? That is nothing you all write, okay? Okay, let me start over. Hold on.
So we get to your room and there's no...
Here we go.
I connected with an individual. It's what they call a sneaky link.
All right.
Yeah.
Sneaky link.
And in that moment, he recorded it. I was aware of the recording. Prior to, it was asked if he could record, and I thought it would be for his personal pleasure, so to speak. Again, I preface this all by saying it was not right. It was wrong, but that's where I was in that moment. I had to acknowledge where I was. Later on that same day, he posted it. He's a content creator. So this is someone who does this as their main, or one of their sources of income or whatnot. I called him immediately when I was made aware of it and said, why did you do that? You know, please take it down. I didn't get consent for that, etc. He hung up on me. I called back and he blocked me. That was the last I'd ever heard from him. That evening, you can imagine, I did not sleep. I have a wife and 3 beautiful sons, pastor a church in South Florida for 14 years at that point. And family, loved ones, all of that. So the weight of that shame sat on me. For the first time ever in my life, I pulled out my life insurance policy. And while church folk laughed at it, while friends distanced from me, I contemplating getting rid.
Q, shut up. Just saw what you said. So this is what I have to say. Now, mind you, I have a lot to say, just y'all know I'm kind of long-winded. This is probably going to take me about 15 minutes to get everything I want to say out. You know, I try to look at stuff from different sides. I do. The first thing I want to say is this. I don't like the fact that, you know, people have suicidal thoughts. It's not a good thing. It's not a good feeling. But it's hard I'm just going to be honest with y'all. It's hard for me to even feel sorry for this man because I know and you know that if this was never discovered, he would still have his black ass in the pulpit talking about the homosexuals, right? Saying that it ain't normal. Because it was a clip of him in the pulpit saying that it's not normal. Saying it's not normal, sending us to hell. And you one of the biggest punks out here. His ass would still be in that pulpit sending us all to hell. But you ain't telling nobody that you doing the bending or you bending him over, right? You ain't telling nobody that you one of the punks too. But you sending everybody else to hell. So no, I don't feel sorry that he lost his family. I don't feel sorry. I don't know if he lost his family or not. I'm getting ahead of myself. I don't know if he lost his family or not. I don't feel sorry for the motherfucker. I don't. He ain't taking accountability. He's not. His ass got caught. It is a difference. It is a difference between somebody getting caught. Because what the fuck he gonna say? It wasn't me. I know a lot of people believe that wasn't R. Kelly. But girl, what the fuck he gonna say? We saw you big as day on the video. At least I know I did. So what the fuck can you say? It ain't me. It wasn't me. He ain't had no choice but to take accountability. What the fuck else is he gonna do? We saw it. We saw you getting your dick sucked by that man. We saw you bending that man over, fucking him in his asshole. We saw you. And you was probably doing all of this while your black ass was still getting in the pulpit, sending all the gays to hell, telling all the people in the goddamn congregation that it ain't normal, not telling them you probably just fucked the nigga the night before. So no, you don't get no brownie points because you done decided to come out and take some accountability. Nigga, fuck you. Because what would have had me had his back is if he was actually living in his truth and he was a pastor. Because there are gay pastors out there. Now that I can stand behind. That I can get behind. Somebody who's actually living in their truth and still love the Lord. Now that I'm for. Him? No. Fuck him. Because I don't know if he's still a pastor or not. But like I said, I can guarantee you on Sundays, when it was time for church, he would still be in that goddamn pulpit talking about the gays, knowing damn well he one of them. The next thing I want to say is this. I told you I have a lot to say. I'm not taking any of the responsibility away from this man. Okay? But I want people to realize that until y'all start allowing people to live and be the best version of themselves and live in their truest self and live in their truest, you're just being authentic, that this shit is going to continue to happen. We grow up, y'all tell people, we hear conversations about us going to hell and you're kicking people out of their home because they gay or lesbian or trans. And then y'all wonder why people live these DL lives. Girl, he moved to Atlanta. Oh, bitch, he about to have a good time. Oh, he moved to Atlanta. Oh, baby, he's out. Oh, he out, baby. I didn't know he moved to Atlanta. But instead of y'all letting people be who they are, no tea, no shade, not y'all, but some people, y'all force people to live this way. And then y'all wonder why these men get with these women and live these lies and build these families and live these down low lives. Because, girl, from birth up until, girl, whatever, all we hear is we going to hell. It's like y'all getting mad at Lil Nas. Lil Nas X make a video of him going to hell. Y'all get mad. But, girl, y'all literally send us to hell every Sunday. Now you're mad at Lil Nas X for making a video of him going to hell. But that's where y'all put us. I'm just saying, at some point, y'all are going to have to allow people to be who they are. So that things like this may not happen. You see what I'm saying? It still doesn't take away from the fact that this is a grown-ass man who made a decision, right? You made that decision. You made that decision to go out there and fuck over your family and make a video, which that's gonna bring me to my next, the next thing I wanted to say. I just want people to get to a point where y'all let people be who they are. That's it. Let people be who they are. So then we ain't got to worry about, girl, the man cheating on his wife. And I'm just gonna be honest with you, Miss Thing. I hope his wife is okay. And this is why I'm about to get into his ass again. Because the guy who you have sex with, I know he be having unprotected sex with people. I done saw his ass on OnlyFans. I don't know if he done had sex with the man. I don't know if the pastor had sex with that boy unprotected, but I know he be out there raw dogging it. So for you to even be out here fucking somebody on OnlyFans, and you know that they be raw dogging on film, and then for you to go back and probably sleep with your wife again, I don't know if he used protection with that boy or not. And then y'all be wondering, it's not right. It's fucked up. You out here fucking not prostitutes, content creators. They don't like to call don't like, I guess they don't like to be called sex workers, girl. Somebody told me, girl, don't call them porn stars, call them content creators. No, that's not what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm not saying that the pastor was raw dogging the guy. I don't know. I saw the video. I couldn't tell if he had on a condom or not. I don't know. I'm saying that I know that the guy that he had sex with, I know that he be raw dogging like a motherfucker. That's what I'm saying. Now, I don't know if the pastor had on a condom. I was trying to see in the video. I couldn't tell if he had on a condom or not. Just don't cheat. That's the thing. Just don't cheat. Because you don't even know what you could possibly be taking back to your wife. You just don't know. You just don't know. You just don't know. You out here fucking with don't teach no shade to content creators. I love content creators. Y'all done got me through many a night. Shout out to the content creators. I'm just saying, y'all. We're gonna have to just call a thing a thing. We're gonna have to just call a thing a thing. Do you think that he wanted to get caught? Do y'all think he wanted to get caught? Do y'all think that he was to the point where he was just like, I'm tired of living this life. I want to live and be my best self and live in my true, live in my truest, it's my true identity. Do y'all think he wanted to get caught? Because why would he record? Like, my thing is like, if you know you're living a down low life, then why would you be okay with recording yourself? One, then you ain't got nobody's mask on, you ain't got nobody's hoodie on, you ain't trying to cover up your face. Your face is as big as day. So do y'all think he wanted to get caught? Y'all think he did? I think he wanted to get caught. He knew because when you think about it, he knew he was being filmed. He knew it. He knew he was making content with a content creator. He knew it. Let me say something. I'm going to be honest with y'all. One of the reasons why I stopped having sex as much as I used to have sex is because everybody is a content creator nowadays. Like, not me, but no, it ain't nothing wrong with it. But everybody is a content creator nowadays. It got to the point where, girl, I would be nervous. I remember one time, long story short, I walked into this guy's house, apartment. Mind you, we had sex plenty of times before. Bitch, I walk in, he already naked on his bed. I see something on the motherfucking dresser. I see a red light. I said, what is that? He said, it's a camera. Bitch, girl. Let me get my shit and go. Bitch, I made a 180 so fast. Where you going? Nigga, I'm leaving. The fuck you think this is? I don't mind content creators. I don't mind it. That's nothing that I'm participating in. Okay? So everybody is a content creator, girl. Everybody trying to record shit, girl. That's not the road I'm going down. And once I realized that, girl, it's a lot of people out there that are content creators. Again, it's no tea, no shade. I was just like, girl, I can't even trust y'all. Because I can't even come to your house. Because, bitch, you probably got a camera in the closet. You probably got a camera, girl, in the corner. So that's one of the reasons why I was like, girl, I don't have time. Because if you can't come over here, I'm not coming over there. I'm not coming over there. If you can't come over here, I'm not going over there. Oh, you can't come over now? You can come over here, though. Because I'm not doing it. So back to him. I feel like he wanted to get caught because, one, he knew he was a content creator. Two, you knew he was filming. Three, you didn't even cover up your face. Like, you didn't even try to put a ski mask on. You didn't even try to put, like, girl, a bandana around the bottom of your face. Thank you, Marjan. I would never video sex. I'm married 27 years. Girl, don't do it. Don't do it. No, girl, let me shut up, girl. Don't do it. If you do it, make sure all your tattoos covered up. Make sure your face is covered. Bitch, if you do it, make sure all your tattoos is covered up. Make sure your face is covered up, okay? That's one thing if I know what I'm signing up for. It's another thing for you to try to get me with the okie dokie, okay? Now, bitch, I'm not falling for the okie dokie. Now, you might catch me on a good night, bitch, when I done had about 3 vodkas, 4 tequila shots, girl, and topped it off with a beer. I might be down to record and do a little action, Jackson, okay? But other than that, bitch, I gotta cover up shit, put on goddamn ski masks, all that shit. Bitch, I might have my face out there. Not me. Bitch, I got 3 motherfucking nieces. The last thing I need them to run across on the motherfucking internet is their Uncle Rodney rolling around in the bed with a big ass nigga. No. Okay, no. Even if it was a woman, I still wouldn't care. Okay? No ma'am. No ma'am. Talking about I saw Uncle Rodney on the internet. No, you didn't. The only thing you saw me on was YouTube. But that's just me. That's just me, girl. Okay, I don't have time for it. I ain't got time. But I'm just giving y'all a word of advice. If you do want to record yourself, make sure you cover up all your tattoos, because the girls know your tattoos. The girls know your tattoos, girl. The girls know your tattoos, girl. Okay, so cover it up. Make sure your face is covered. All that good stuff, girl. Don't let nobody know. Don't let nobody know it's you, child. Because there's probably a tape. Everybody probably got 1 or 2 tapes floating around somewhere out there. Girl, thank God X-Tube ain't out no more, right? Because I'm sure a lot of y'all hoes got a few tapes on X-Tube. They took X-Tube away. Girl, let me shut up, child. Anyways, so yeah, I think that he wanted to be caught. I think he wanted to be caught. I think that he wanted to be caught because of just the way that he went about it. And it's sad if he wanted to be caught. I just think the whole situation is a mess. Okay, girl. Ooh, child. Girl, I just think the whole situation is a hot ass mess. Girl, they took away tumbling X-Tube, honey. Okay? Baby, X-Tube used to be where all the girls used to go. I'm sure everybody got a tape or 2 floating on X-Tube. Well, had a tape or 2 floating on X-Tube. Okay, yes! Ooh, child! Oh, wait. But anyway, child. Yeah, it's just a sad situation. Girl, X2 been gone, child. It's been gone. Hey, Cheryl. It's just a sad situation all around because you have this person who has probably lost his family or lost his family unit. You know, I'm sure that his sons are probably embarrassed. I'm sure his wife is embarrassed. But then on the other hand, I feel sorry for people because I understand the journey. That's all I'm trying to say. I understand the journey and how hard it is for us to come out and to accept who we are, right? For some, it's easy as hell. For some, it's a journey. For others, girl, it really is like you would rather, then you have those people out there who would rather kill you before people find out that they are gay. And then we find out you gay when your ass is in prison. Are you good? You know so-and-so was killed because so-and-so had a boyfriend, right? It's just sad. It's just sad. It's just sad. But hopefully his wife is okay. His kids are okay. Hopefully. And even with all the shit that I just said, hopefully he can start to live in his truest, bestest life and be who he is. And if he wants, if he's bisexual, if he's gay, you know, hopefully he can be in a relationship with someone where he doesn't have to deceive them, whether it's a man or a woman. They know his true tea. It is what it is. I'm bisexual at least, girl. Bisexual, girl. Clearly, you know what I'm saying. And I hope that for him. But girl, you don't get you that wasn't no accountability for me. Nigga, that nigga got caught. Y'all gonna stop mixing up accountability with a motherfucker just getting caught. He got caught. That was no accountability, child. Okay. Anyways, that's it. What time is it? It's 10:10. It's time to go, y'all. We've been on her too busy. Too busy. See, I'm looking at your comment. Too busy. I really want people to just be able to live. That's it. I'm telling y'all, if we ever get to a point where people can just live, the world will really be a better place. Just let people live and be who they are. That's it. That's it. All right, I'm gone. Thank y'all so much. We've been on here too long. I'm probably about to make me a cocktail. Y'all tell Monique she needs to apologize to Candace. Yup. She needs to apologize to Candace. Colorism is real. Stop acting like it ain't. Colorism is real. Colorism is real. Colorism is real, y'all. That ain't no pretend shit. That ain't no fake shit. And just because we watching a reality TV show don't mean it can't be happening down there or up there in Potomac. Because it's definitely happening. Okay? Anyways, I'm gone. Thank y'all so much for watching. I will talk to y'all later. Bye.